EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw right away. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's Nix. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Bombers. Ready.
Nix to the air. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't book it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
.31 yards on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. He'll drop to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And all of that nearly an but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. Over the middle, he finds Velo. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. But you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
3rd down and 1. And now an audible here into something else. Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. To throw is Nix. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Captain.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Working out of the gun is Nix. It's caught. Mitchell. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 18-yard line.
On play action, here's Nix. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise...
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to a self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense.
Hey, 43, 43, 13.
Now Mahomes. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
To throw, here's Nix. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Throwing Nix. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Here's Matt Araiza now.
For the Chiefs.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the second quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Harvey now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Harvey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Broncos.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Nix. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Tyler Luke now to try to field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And that hits the crossbar and comes back. And it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
A quick throw caught by Rice. Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 5.
15. Hey, 57, 57.
Now here's Mahomes. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Nix. That is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Number 26. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
An empty backfield now as they face a 3rd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
At their own 28-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Nix from the shotgun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, that's Jaden Higgins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that one complete once again to Higgins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And again, it's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Hacking, 18. Ready, what?
Cooper will look to throw it. And this one too low.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Cooper looks to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. The point after is good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Yellow, yellow.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice throw there by the 4th-round pick, and he earns his guys a 1st down. Here's Cooper. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Cooper. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Cooper. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Back to throw. Cooper. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down. 10 yards to go.
Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Now Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try the left side. Clinton. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Yellow! Argo blue, ladies!
Back to throw, Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's the Chiefs punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cooper. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
And they can't connect. Incomplete. That stops the clock with 3 seconds left, so probably one final play here in the second quarter, barring a penalty. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunity